beauties, and welcome back. This look is inspired by one of my favorite poems called Fire and Ice. It's written by the poet Robert Frost, and I just love it, so I decided to create a look after it, inspired by the elements of fire. This is part 1, so please stay tuned for part 2 coming to you very soon. Subscribe and be sure you hit the bell button now. Thank you all so much for watching today, and now let's get into this fire look. Alright, so jumping right into this look, you're going to want to glue your brows back because we're going to be drawing right over them for this look. And I'm going to be using my BDELLIUM Tools concealer brush, and this is from the Studio 8 line, and my Kevin Aquan Sensual Skin Enhancer. I'm going to use this to cover up my brows because it is by far the best concealer to use. If you really need to lock those brows away, it just looks completely blank, which I love. I'm going to be using my MAC Prep and Prime Skin Base, and this is going to act as my primer today, and I'm also going to apply this to my body since we're going to be painting our body later. You want to make sure you're protecting your skin by applying a primer every time you do your makeup, even if it's not like a body paint. So here I'm going to be applying a white face paint, and this is like a cream paint from MAC. I'm just going to be using this around the face and going in the center of those lines with my Hourglass Vanish Stick Foundation, which is my skin tone. This is going to give me a really porcelain look. It's going to really pale me out, and I feel like this is really nice for character looks. I'm going to go back in with that white cream paint, and I'm just going to apply it underneath the eyes for a highlight, and this is going to really make our face look very pale and ghostly. I'm going to lock away the brows using my MAC Studio Fix Powder in Shivering White, and I really like this because it covers up the brows super nicely and just sets them so we can draw right over them next. I'm going to be using another yellow cream paint from MAC, and I'm just going to be applying this over the brows, also underneath my eyes, and in this shape that you see here, it's kind of going down my nose as well. I'm just strategically placing this underneath the eyes and over the brows, kind of going down to the nose. Grabbing this orange shade, I'm just going to be placing that over my lid, and I'm kind of smudging this all over the yellow. I wanted to give an actual fiery type of splotchy look, almost like if your makeup was melting off if you were in the fire, so I kind of wanted to give it more of like an avant-garde feel by splotching on orange, yellow, and red, and I'm just going over the eyes sort of in like a mask shape. And I'm bringing this out into the temples. I'm going to be using the NYX Professional Makeup Fire Palette because it is so appropriate for this look. And I'm grabbing this orange shade and I'm just going to splotch this over the eyes. I'm not being super precise at all. This is more of like an avant-garde fairy look. So I'm just dusting this around the eyes and splotching it out, making it look really smudgy. Like I said before, it needs to look kind of messy for it to give the element of fire vibe, kind of like a melting vibe. So I'm grabbing the red and orange, mixing that together and placing this all around the eyes once again, and I'm kind of bringing this down onto the cheeks as well. I'm going to be using my Pressed Color palette from Ben Nye. I'm going to grab this shimmery yellow and I'm going to go in between those splotches and fill that in with a little bit more pop of that nice bright yellow color. So using this precision eyeliner from Ben Nye, I'm going to wing out my eyes in a shape that looks a lot like a bird's eye shape. And I thought this looked really beautiful with this fairy look. It made the eyes look super big, and it sort of transforms the shape of your eye, which I really like. And I do like doing this for some of my makeup looks as well. I'm going to be using the Aqua Paint from Ben Nye to create these crackling effects on the eyes. I know with fire, if you're by your fireplace, you hear the crackling of the fire, and I wanted to mimic that into a shape or idea on my eyes. I created these little cracks using the black Aqua Paint, and I just kind of did whatever I felt like doing with it. It was super fun. I got to bring that little idea to life with this paint. I just moved it all around the eyes, wasn't super precise at all, and just created these little cracks. Next, I'm going to go in with this black eyeliner from Ben Nye, and I'm going to fill in my waterline and really darken that up because we're going to go really smoky today with this look. I'm filling that right in, and I'm going to go over that with a black eyeshadow from the Fire palette. I did mix in a little bit of orange just to keep it nice and orangey under the eyes as well. So I mixed those together and smoked that out under the eyes using a fluffy brush. I did want to over-exaggerate the wing in the inner corner. I did go in and touch that up. I'm going to be using my favorite glitter ever, like seriously the best glitter on this planet, I'm convinced, the Lemonhead LA Paradise Beef glitter. I'm just going to be dotting this all over the eyes, and I'm also going to bring this onto the cheeks. I'm I'm gonna go ahead and apply some mascara next. I go back and forth, as you can see, with the glitter. I just kind of take a look as I'm creating it. I look back and I add where I need to. I also wanted to go back in with that black eyeshadow, and I wanted to smoke out the brows a little bit, so I went over them with the black and sort of winged it out, and I did splotch out the black as well over the eyes. So here I am applying those feather lashes that I thought were perfect for this look, and going back in with that black eyeshadow, I'm just kind of splotching this in the inner brow area to create more of like a soot look from the fire. I wanted that smudgy vibe for this look, so as you can see here, I'm mixing colors here and there and just placing them wherever. I'm gonna go in with the Hella Amazing, and yes, it's called Hella Amazing. It's from Violet Voss. It is a beautiful gold glitter. I'm going to put this underneath the wing on the eye, and I did want to go ahead and apply it to the face as well. So you can see here I'm applying it around the cracks, on the inner brow area, and this gives almost like a wet, glistening look, which I thought was beautiful and definitely mimicked the look of a fire. So I'm gonna be using these Frightening Lashes on the lower lash line just to add extra drama. And moving on to contour, I'm gonna be doing a trick that I love doing with a lot of my creative looks. I like to thin my face out a lot because it changes my look drastically. So I'm just using this gray color from my Lunatic Labs palette, and I am dusting this right into the cheekbones, bringing it down to the jaw and around my mouth. Going back into this palette from Ben Nye, I'm going to be using this yellow shade, and I'm just filling in my nose with this. And then taking my 24 karat highlighting Skin Frost palette, I'm going to use the shades Sarcophagus and King Tut, and then Legendary on the apples of the cheeks to add a nice warm glow. For lips, I'm going to be using Widow's Peak from Wet n Wild Beauty, and I really like this lipstick because it's nice to layer on top of, so I'm first going to lay that black shade down and go over the top of it with a gold liquid lipstick. I love ombre lips, so I thought for this, I definitely wanted to use black and gold, and you just want to smack your lips together. Moving on to the body, I'm using my Ben Nye Clown White, and I love this paint because it actually does give a porcelain look, and it doesn't look like paint. It actually looks like your skin color, which I think is perfect for this look. It's not too much and it's not too theatrical. So I'm going in with a MAC water activated paint, and this is just an orange shade. It's nice and bright. I'm gonna create some flames on the body, and we're going for more of an avant-garde look, so this will definitely be shaded out in a little bit, but first you wanna go ahead and draw the shape of the flame. And I decided to kind of do it all around my shoulders, around my neck, and then I'm filling in the very tip of it with the orange as well. You want to fill in the entire flame with a yellow water activated paint, and here you can see I'm just going in each individual flame and filling it in. And what I did next was I did grab some more of the orange water activated paint, and I went on the inner corner of each flame and created somewhat of a shadow. And if you're looking at fire, there's so many different colors in fire. You know, you have yellow, orange, brown, black, you get hints of blue with the flames, so you can be super creative with this and kind of pick whatever color you want, whatever color you see in a fire. So I decided to stick to the orange and yellow. And here I'm going in with a blush from Ben Nye, and this is a red color. I'm filling in between each flame and going over the top with a yellow shadow, the one you saw earlier, and I'm highlighting my collarbones with this. And I love this shade because it does have a hint of shimmer in it, which acts as a beautiful highlight over all these colors. I'm going to go ahead and hit the cheeks with this as well as the forehead, and then taking this black eyeshadow from my Sephora Pro palette, I'm going to create this smoky soot look all over the body, so it's going to look really messy and that of a fireplace or like a fire. So I'm splotching this all over to get that look, and I'm going to go over it with this white highlight from my Press Color palette from Ben Nye, and this is a super bright highlight that I just thought was amazing over these colors. And I hit the forehead, the nose, the chin, and I went over those high points on my chest. I'm going to be taking the Paradise Beef glitter now and filling in each individual flame. I decided to go pretty crazy with this. You guys know I love glitter, so I just couldn't help myself. I had to apply as much as I possibly could, and I did take a black glitter. This was also from Lemonhead and Gunmetal, and I thought this added that nice fire touch to it, really messy. So now I'm going to go ahead and pop on my wig, and I love this wig. I thought it was so perfect for this, and my fire contacts. They actually look like fire. I thought they were so cool, and this is my first time wearing them too, so I was really pleased with how good they looked with this look. And lastly, you want to go in with some glitter on the fingertips, get those fingers all sparkly, and our fire look is complete. I hope you all love this look. I'm absolutely in love with the Fire and Ice poem, and you can probably guess what part 2 will be about. If you want to stay tuned for that, be sure you subscribe now, and you like this video, hit the bell button to be notified when I upload it, and thank you all so much for tuning in today. I hope you really love this look. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next tutorial. Some say the world will end in fire, some say in ice. From what I've tasted of desire, I hold with those who favor fire.